guys, any questions? Well,
You're in the box.
there's a question I think I'm gonna get, so I poured up this extra Satan face, and I'm gonna give it to whoever asks a question that I think someone's gonna ask. Danny, go ahead. Blaze, I'm sorry.
Okay. How long does it take to pop makeup?
That was the question?
No, it wasn't. But you
Oh.
Darn it. What was it?
Wrong question. Sometimes it takes about an hour and a half, 2 hours to get into makeup, and the same at the end of the day. But I look forward to the pain.
Anything else? I see Socks. Her name is Socks.
Is season 3 going to take place in hell?
I think so, because that's where the cliffhanger ended, so it would have to, yes. And then I saw a hand over here somewhere. Blaze, go ahead.
I think this is it. How are you able to do that voice so well? The devil's voice.
That's another Heath question. Take it away.
Oh, my face is up here. Actually, it came together one day with, we were doing a little film, and what I pulled it from was two things. There's, anybody remember Snagglepuss? Like 6 stage left.
Yeah.
And the other guy, which is who Liz is in love with, is Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs. And he's like, just put some fucking lotion on the skin. And so it's those two put together, actually. Sorry for cussing at you, kid. Keep looking at the face.
Are you going to do a part 3?
Maybe. This was really hard, so I don't know. If I think it's got good traction and good reception, then yeah, maybe. Right now, I don't know. And Pam, I see a question.
What's your favorite episode?
I think Flight Spaghetti is my favorite, but both of you should comment also. Nathan, go.
I don't know. You did a really good job on the witch.
I liked the flaming dong of Pazuzu.
Yeah.
I thought Alex actually did a wonderful job of imitating. It was funny because I'm imitating a character, and then he imitated me imitating my character, and that was really cool of him to do. So I like that one. The dinner with Prudence.
And I guess I want to add, like, I am open to feedback, so if you guys want to write whatever you thought on these note cards, stick it in the health insurance box. Let me know. You can do it anonymously, or you can put your name on it. Question right there, and then I'll get to you.
Do you guys go undercover in different religion churches to get material?
I wish. Not really. Heath is learned on the Bible. Go ahead.
What? That doesn't mean that I know other religions. What the fuck, man? No, I think it's kind of cool because film in and of itself is a collaborative effort. So when you have people who've come out of different religions and stuff, Mormonism, and things like being Christian and Catholicism and all that stuff, we get to kind of really it comes from Kevin's mind, obviously, but he's open to other people's input and back to the box of being able to put in input in the box. Put the input in the box. Nathan, you had a question?
I have a question, and it's for the audience. Who got offended?
One, two. I'm just one.
Okay.
And then I saw you first. Go ahead. And then RJ, you're next.
I just wanted to know who wrote most of this. Was it you, Kevin?
It was me, yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. Very.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, I liked it. Yeah.
And RJ, you had a question.
What was your favorite line to cross?
Planned Parenthood.
That's the one. Yeah.
Yes.
What do you like alternative? What do you want to take away from people? I mean, obviously we're a group of people who aren't offended. What would you want to take away from people?
The takeaway is that there's honestly not an agenda with this. It is purely satire, and I think you can reach people with humor than you can with lecture. I mean, I think it's just fun to take topical issues and lampoon them, no matter which side you're on. And I feel like with Satan being in the 21st century, doesn't really take positions on things. He's mostly confused by things. And he flip-flops a lot when it comes to like morality and what's acceptable, because that's always a very changing type of situation. So I don't know. What was your question? I actually don't know if I answered it. I did answer it? Okay. And then I thought I saw, oh, I'm Michelle. Hi.
What's the question you thought we were going to ask and we haven't asked?
Actually, Heath kind of answered it already, but I don't want to give it to him. I'll get back to you though if nobody asks. Henry. Henry. I saw your hand up. Okay, I'll talk to. All right, Brandon. I'll go to you instead.
What do you feel like would be instead of a lot more challenging? What was the major challenge this season?
The post-production, particularly the flying spaghetti monster, because my friend Ryan is over here. So yeah, there he is. He's really tall, and that's him right there. He wore the flying spaghetti monster, and he sung and everything, but he wore a green morph suit. So did Brad Wagner as the viewer. And it was very laborious to try to like delete the performer. And there were a few times I had to do it like frame by frame by frame. Also, there are so many visual effects with explosions and like spells and all that. Definitely post-production was hard. The in-production's actually really fun. Like I actually like building the sets and getting Heath in makeup, and that's not as time-consuming as it looks. It's the sitting in front of the computer hours and hours and hours that's particularly challenging. And then I think that's Jim Hayes. Hi, Jim.
Yeah, not to offend anybody.
Go ahead. We don't care.
Being topical and everything, is there a way Satan's going to duel with Muhammad?
I don't know. He might. I kind of wanted to bring like the. Janae, you can bring Wilbur up here if you want. I did kind of want to introduce other like figureheads in religions, you know, because other religions have their versions of Satan, they have their other versions of a Messiah, of a Jesus. I thought it'd be fun to kind of introduce some of those topics, but I don't know. Depends on if we continue this or not. Yes?
What is like the main thing you use to make everything? What do you cast everything out of?
For makeup, foam latex, typically. The Teletubbies were foam latex, and then I wanted to prove that no animals were harmed in the making of this. So he's here and he's fine and he's in one piece. Yeah, foam latex. And the flying spaghetti monster was made out of rubber bands, actually. Rubber bands and a lot of determination and love and all that. Eddie, go ahead.
I just wanted to say, so that everybody could see how important it is to success of a film. Everybody who was part of this film, if you would just stand up so we could give you a round of applause. That's the only way a film like this gets pulled off, guys, is the help and effort of everybody. So just wanted to say thank you to everybody.
Yeah, I agree. Question?
Is the face based on the Sith Lord from Star Wars? Because he kind of looks like him.
No. It's based off Heath. This is poured directly into the mold that I use to cast up Satan each time. And I see another question.
So how long did it take to produce season 2?
2 years. Because we had a screening September 2017, and then we jumped right into all these new episodes. And I was explaining earlier today that it's funny that it felt like all the work and labor just wouldn't stop, because we had a lot of shoot days, post-production was hard, a lot of people here did a lot of audio help for me, and it just seemed like the light at the end of the tunnel was never there until it was. And now that it's done, like that 2 years actually seems like it went by pretty quick. I don't know, does it seem long to you guys?
Well, the length I won't comment on, but a lot of effort went into this, and a lot of hours of work, sweating hours with Heath, and long, grueling hours in editing room, and I just got to give you guys a round of applause for that.
I won't comment on the length either. Just the girth, about an inch and a half.
I got no. It's more than that. Go ahead. Question for Heath.
But not based off that answer.
All right, stop talking about your girth, Heath, for now.
What prompted that question? What's the question?
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much fun was it for you to play Satan? Because you were over the top. You rocked it.
It's my Grinch. It's my Jim Carrey Grinch, man. It's it's the top of the world for me, actually.
You're great, buddy.
Oh, Dad, yes.
It seems like Sleazy Weeds is the only one that can make the match.
That could what?
Make it, make Satan match. Well, meet his match.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just wondering what's the background on her, specifically the bottom piece.
I think Sleazy Ouija is like a gatekeeper who can like summon demons from hell. I don't know if I have a comment on the bottom teeth. Do you, Heath?
They just pugly, man. Pugly.
I see. Oh, Amanda went. Oh, Amanda helped us. So this is one of our miniatures. And Amanda was at LFX many times a couple years ago, helping us carve styrofoam and junk to make miniature sets. So thank you, but you have a question also. I didn't hear any of that. Go ahead.
My question's for Heath.
Yeah. Yes.
We've talked a little bit, but I want to know, I mean, Heath is a Christian. How challenging is it for you to play Satan because you're Christian? You're like a genuine Christian. You're not like,
Thank you for that. I thought one of the things that comes to mind is like keep your friends close and your enemies closer. So if I understand like my interpretation of what Satan might be, which I would think he'd be fucking everything, he'd be just like this one. He's all over the place, effeminate, doesn't care, doesn't know how to, doesn't care who he offends, and it was a little challenging for me for a minute to really kind of promote and push this film, just because I was struggling like with my faith. It's like, wow, is that the one that's going to take off? How am I going to explain that? But then it just kind of came onto my heart that every opportunity I get in acting is from God. So this is an opportunity that was provided for me. Hey, I wanted to teach everybody how to talk like Sleazy Ouija. Okay, so everybody say, great job.
Great job.
Now, jut your bottom teeth out and say, great job. Great job. Great job.
I actually want to echo something he started. So it's ironic who he is, but if it wasn't for him, this wouldn't have started in the first place. Because we did a short film a long time ago. It needed a Satan in it, and it was an open audition call, and he said he wanted to be Satan. So I already had his face cast, so we dressed him up as Satan, and he's the one that was being funny between takes, and it got our wheels turning, and we said, let's do a funny show about this. So the actor is what actually beget the entire series. So I didn't come up with this and then look for a Christian actor. Like, he started the whole thing, and then acts like he has a Christian complex all of a sudden. Again, yes. I don't know, she might get a spin-off. What do you think? If it's in popular demand, then maybe. And then anybody else? I saw. Yes, Chuck. I'm sorry, you look just like Chuck. He's in here somewhere else. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're going to
Minions
send Trump to hell in season 3?
Am I what?
You're going to send Trump to hell in season 3?
Heath, you should do your. We actually want to do something funny. We want to do kind of Trump and Kim Jong-un arguing together, but we want Satan to kind of be like the mediator. And Heath could do Satan and Trump, so I'm gonna put him on the spot and have him do it right now.
Well, it's actually a little bit difficult to go from character to character. And then like Donald Trump, he'd be like, okay, so it looks like this. Look, I'm gonna have a meeting with Kim Jong-un, and Satan's gonna be there. It's gonna be great. You're gonna live.
actually would love to do that because we actually have a prosthetic made for Heath because he has played Donald Trump before, right? Michelle, Mike, you were both there. And who else?
Funny thing about the Trump. I know this isn't the film. It's another film that we did with the Trump, but Kevin created him for me, and what was I gonna say?
Something about Trump.
Oh, Donald Trump. I couldn't imitate Trump, so I had to watch SNL and watch Alec Baldwin, and then I could get there. It didn't take too long after that.
I think you do a better job in person. And I see socks again.
Could you please make tiny prosthetic hands for Trump?
I have a tiny hand mold, so sure. Yes, Brittany.
What inspired the spaghetti meatball monster?
Because it's funny, I don't actually remember, but I don't know if it was that. Because we joke about the flying spaghetti monster all the time, and I actually don't know what inspired that episode, but I thought it'd be funny if Satan was like preparing the Last Supper and who shows up with the flying spaghetti monster and causes a ruckus. Ryan, go ahead.
I was going to explain the backstory on that.
Yeah,
From
please.
Talk to the Hans, it was an old movie we made, and we had a flying spaghetti monster scene, and one night Kevin passed out, so we put the flying spaghetti monster on his face. And started talking about how funny.
I actually don't remember that. I believe it.
But yeah, so we talked about how great it would be, and I told you that when you woke up. That's kind of
Well, I do. Yeah, maybe you like put it in my head and I was dreaming or something. I think that is one of the goals when you're an artist, in this case, a filmmaker, is that you want to outdo yourself each time. We did have a flying spaghetti monster in Hans, but it wasn't as cool as that one. It was just this like tiny little ball that, I don't know. It wasn't as fun. It wasn't as realized and fleshed out as that one was. So I always did kind of want to make that one a little better, and then we did. Yeah, and actually Ryan was able to come through on short notice and did like a fantastic job, and he did some of our music for us, and Brad did some music for us and some stingers.
Yay, singers!
Yeah, thank you.
Now it's something stuck in your head for the rest of the day. No problem.
Guys, was the theme song catchy?
Yeah.
And then anything else? Yes. Right now it's not anywhere yet. I kind of want to, I don't know. I don't know what the next phase is. Because it'd be cool. I want to, whatever's going to have the broadest reach for this is kind of the avenue I want to go. And I'm not sure what that is yet. Could be YouTube. Maybe it could be pitched to a network. I'm pretty open. So we'll see. I'm not sure yet.
Comedy Channel.
But anyone else? Huh? What? Yeah. You can be Putin. You can. I think you're the only one that can speak Russian. So yes. Does anyone else want to be a political figure for an episode? Really? Oh, sure, Blaze. Who do you want to be?
Oh.
There's not a political leader your age, but make it.
I know that's okay. I guess I can make it for Kim Jong-un. I don't.
That's the one I want to be. So
No.
you have to audition.
I'll think about it.
He could be Baron.
Wait, what?
Baron.
Oh yeah, it could be Baron Trump.
Totally.
There we go. Yep,
Yes.
Baron Trump.
Okay, cool. Anybody else? The question? Somebody Heath actually kind of stole it from me.
It's about being offensive.
Who asked me who writes most of it?
I did.
You did. Okay, you came the closest. Because yeah, there is a script. What I thought someone was gonna ask is there a lot of ad-lib? And the answer is there is, because there is a script and then Heath goes off of the script and it's always like really funny, but he takes a joke and then he elevates it even more. He takes a funny line and he raises the bar because he has all these funny ad-libs and they often make it into the cut. So I write the script and then he puts his like flavor into it. You came the closest. I don't want to give it to Heath because he doesn't have enough room.
Yay!
Here,
Woo,
pass this
woo, woo, woo. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Natalie.
What is Satan's favorite song of all time?
I don't know.
Why, thank you.
Yeah. It puts the lotion on its skin. Or else it gets the hose again. That's the one, actually. Do you guys have any technical questions with like cinematography and such? This gentleman here did a wonderful job. Jesse?
The scene where you were in the tiny bathroom and you're in the Satan is on the mirror and then the guy is in front of the mirror, that looks really impressive because it really looks like he was there and in the mirror. How do you do that?
That is all Kevin. I set up the camera and was texting. So basically, we just set up the camera and we get each actor in one at a time, and we shoot the mirror, and then we shoot the actual performance. And in editing, you just crop out the mirror and put the other clip in. So it's taking two shots and just moving them together. Yeah, the camera's got to stay in, so you can't like texting and bump the camera, you know. So it's gotta stay still. Yes.
I was just gonna say, are you satisfied with your arsenal of cameras and set equipment, or are you always looking for better ways to improve your cinematography?
Yeah, obviously, you know, since we shot this, I've greatly improved on stuff that I wanted to fix, and then, you know, there's some shots that are bumpy, but I'm just, and you know, but it's out of my control after I'm done.
Fall down when you're doing it.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, you gotta learn to like let go, and as, you know, being a creative, you know, it's like art is art, and you just put it up on the wall, and you just have to look at it. You can't like get down on yourself about certain things that you do. But overall, I'm happy how it all turned out. So.
Which one was the most challenging to shoot?
That's for all three. Start, go ahead.
The kitchen, the flying spaghetti monster in the kitchen for technical reasons.
What was the question?
Which was the most difficult to shoot?
I think it was pretty difficult shooting the one where Satan and Krampus are fighting, just because you got two guys who are on stilts and all this makeup fighting. I mean, the only thing that could have made it worse was like grease. They would have oiled us up and had us fight.
For me, as the witch trial, for a few reasons, time periods are hard because you have to have a set that looks time period. You have to have costumes that look time period instead of modern. There are tiki torches in there, but fuck it. And night shoots are hard because people have to show up and get ready and then can't film until it's dark, so people are already tired and a little worn out. And crowd shots are hard. We had to have a lot of extras in the courtroom, and then we had to have a lot of extras out in the field. So for a myriad of reasons, that one was personally the hardest for me. And we had to get a lot of costumes for that one too. Ev, you had another question.
Yeah, if you were, so if you do this part for all three of you, you could do the season 3, what would you like him to
Finish.
I would, if we did a season 3, I would like to improve on taking a little bit more time with setup times, just from my end, just doing a little bit more design in the lighting, and just a little bit more time, maybe 15 more minutes spent on each shot, just for my
Capital. This means money. Green stuff. And if we get this, that means that I can probably study my lines better and get them down. Oh, and Satan's favorite food is grapes because you get the pulp and the juice at the same time and it fits in the mouth hole.
That was a weird segue. But yeah, if you pay him, he'll memorize his lines. He doesn't always. I guess pre-production for me would be what I want to focus on more. especially if we do. I really raised the bar for myself with like visual effects, particularly this flying spaghetti monster. That was the hardest post-production episode to do. And I know a lot of ways to do it better now. And it's really boring, so I don't want to get into it, but like green screen stuff and all that, it's hard if you do it wrong, but if you do it right, it's not that bad.
That's a good question, Evgeny. Why do you disagree?
Dogs are better actors than people, by the way. Yeah, Dad, yes.
This question's for you.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, buddy, you were talking about how you do some ad-libbing. Can you give an example of one of your ad-libs?
Oh my God. Well, like, I don't know if anybody's seen the, I mean, do you want me to example it right now, right here?
Well, whatever you want.
Oh, as an example, ad-libbing is when we have the questions for Satan. So if you go to the YouTube page, you can see a lot of that ends up, Kevin like lets the reins go, and I get to get pretty loose on that. It's crass, it's really rude, and I don't pull any punches. Just the ad-libbing it's kind of easy in the sense that a lot of it is has to do with like language. So when something is said, like, I don't know, like
Beyonce had one of the best singles of all time. No, that's not what I'm trying to do. But when you were saying, I just wanted to say something before I forgot. Is I think that you said before, like, if you're in makeup, like, it almost inspires you more. Like, when you're Heath, it doesn't come out as well. But when you're Satan, like, it seems more natural, right?
oh yeah, it comes out perfectly fine when it's Satan. It comes out real easy then, yes.
Just get into character, basically.
Yeah, and there are some funny things that help you get into character. I mean, if you just put the teeth in, because the same thing can happen for like Cousin Pumpkin and Hans and Sleazy Geeky. You put those bottom teeth in. That's why you don't your bottom teeth. You know, you start talking like this. So there's just some things that help get into character. One character I really liked actually, and you didn't ask me this, but I'll tell you anyway. was the boar. Yeah. That was Bradley.
You can talk about it, bro.
That was Brad Wagner.
I mean, no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't help but do that voice, and like it probably
Confucius.
sounds. Yeah. I only tried to do the best that I could.
Well, was that good?
Could.
Oh, so you're a Mexican.
Yes, I am. C-O-U-L-D.
Nice job.
Nice.
That was fun. That was a hard one. Questions? Yes. Catherine. The same aesthetically, no. I think I like how it looks. Every once in a while you do have to redo parts because most of it's a costume now. I've redone his hands a few times. I've redone the cowl. And we have to redo a face every time we film. But I like his costume. I think it's head to toe, it's a character design that I really like personally. So I would like to keep him the same, but I like changing him. Like in each episode, sometimes he's a little bit different. Like you adapt to your environment. Like we saw the Puritan looking Satan, and then like in Hell's Kitchen, he's wearing an apron. He's wearing like a 80s leotard in the workout video. So it's fun to like modify what he is, but I want to keep it. Go ahead.
My question is, are you open for comments?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, if you guys have comments, like, yeah, Holly, please.
I'm just gonna make a comment, not a question, but watching season 2 compared to season 1, everything about it is so elevated.
That I'm happy to hear that because
Acting, the cinematography is stellar.
thank you. That means a lot because that's what we're trying to do. We wanted to bring it up a few letter grades from season 1, as you know, as you should. Every time you continue creating or honing in on whatever your craft is, you should always want to outdo it. So I'm glad you noticed that.
Absolutely.
And do you have a comment?
That's, I was gonna say the same thing, that you can, I mean, see, Boy Scout 1 was excellent, but you just stepped it up so much. And then the other thing, I wanted to say, I really liked how you brought Barnaby in from the Mars and
Oh, he's over here, isn't he?
So awesome.
Oh, he's standing up over there. Hi, Andy. We're all watching now.
The one constructive criticism I'll give is that sometimes it's hard to hear the voice.
I was afraid of that, and I do agree. Audio is so hard, right, guys? There's a lot of people in the crowd that do audio. It's really hard. I try not to touch it because it's scary and difficult to do right. Yeah, I will agree. And also, what's hard too is trying to, like, post audio is hard, but real-time audio is hard too, especially when you wear teeth. Sometimes it's hard to enunciate and talk clearly. So that's a challenge too, right?
Yes.
Right?
Yes, it is with teeth being enunciative.
Yeah.
That's not a word, but yes, it makes it tough.
And one thing about the audio too is like since we're kind of a small team on the production side, so usually when we did like audio for like dialogue stuff, usually it's on a C-stand and we just boom right over. So if the actor moves at all, we lose that audio. So you made it work. You really made it work. I was scared about some things that went on, like while we were filming, and I forgot to relay them to you as the time went on. But you fixed a lot of the issues that I thought about, and I just give you all the credit for that.
There's a film saying, and people don't like it in film, especially the editors, but it's like fix it in post. And that's like fix it in the end. It is, and that's something we always try to avoid. Is like
We try to fix it.
yeah, fix it in pre.
Do you have a question? Jeanette?
I was agreeing with the when he said.
Thought I saw someone else. Anybody? Yes, Mike. Yeah, I would like to. In season 1, Hans and Cousin Bumpkin were in an episode, and this one we have Barnaby. So I do like to cross over. I like to. I would like to, because I like how Marvel keeps all their stories in the universe. Stephen King does the same thing. It's kind of fun to roll your stories all into one thing. So yeah, I would do more crossover. Did anyone else? Scott? Pretty sure. Keith has a question. What's your question?
Are there any more of those bitchin' cupcakes?
Oh, actually, Katie, will you stand up, please?
Oh my gosh.
Because actually, yeah, Katie made all the cupcakes. I don't know if I'm forgetting anything. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't mind, if you guys want to, message me later, or you can fill out a card. I actually do want just to get your guys' input, just see what you thought. If there was an episode you thought was particularly strong and you liked, let me know. If there's one you didn't, let me know. Whatever, I like honesty, so just tell me what you thought and we can go from there.
Very cool.
Thanks.